Hello everyone, it's Gilly here. I am at Chip Theory Games headquarters. Things are very busy, very exciting around here, and I've just received word that we have received some new box prototypes potentially, so we're going to go inside and see just what's going on here. Welcome to our headquarters. Getting ready to film some co-op video going on in here. There's Shannon. We've got tons of play testing going on over in that corner. We've got another play testing table right here. We're gonna head on, what is this? We're gonna head in here inside this giant briefcase here.
Hey!
Oh, look at this guy. Look at this guy.
I thought you might do this. Well, we just got some prototypes here of the Cloudspire box. At least, white box idea for how it's going to all fit together. And yeah, so I mean, I'm just getting into this and kind of looking at it. I'll take you through it here. It looks like what we've got here is we started with this prototype as
Wait a
an
second,
idea.
what's this? Whoop.
Okay, stop.
What's on here? Hey everyone, what's on here? What's all that? What's all that going on?
Whatever.
All right.
Anyway, so we wanted it to be kind of cool. Like we've got these hex groups that we need to fit in. There's the main large hex groups, and then we've got all our fortresses that you're familiar with now. And so we thought it would be kind of cool if it was like a double-tiered but like self-contained piece that would hold all of your large hex groups. And so we've got your fortresses that we want to fit in there. And the main key thing for neoprene is to like protect all aspects so that you're not having something draped off an edge or like a piece of it folded and then it kind of ruins it for the future. So making sure everything lays flat all the time is really important. So this is what we started with. We pinned something together. Jared has been really helping us with that and a few other people too. But yeah, so these would go in like this and we kind of sent that off. And then the first thing that came back, we sent back to them, and now this is kind of the second iteration. And what we're finding is that because we want to cover it with a cover, we need a little bit more structure around there than this cool open-ended kind of outside, leaving some of those things open. So this is closer to what we have now for it. This will be dropped. This will be dropped. This will come up in the center here, still to give it a lot of structure. It's going to hold right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mats is the base game, 2 more for Portal Seekers, and we have enough room to top that off with another expansion if we so chose. But just to kind of see what we've got in here, we've still got that 2-tiered effect. So this box, now this tray is going to be if you're familiar with our dice trays, it's going to be this type of rigidity. It's got a flex to it. It's not a plastic, but it's a PET, kind of a composite plastic, but not a hard plastic like our Chip Theory Games chip trays. So it'll be really, really strong, but it will flex. And it holds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 6 loaded in here. So the base game comes with 4. And that is still fine. This lip here that it creates is just enough where it doesn't affect anything. And then we've designed it so that with the greage in there, it's pretty much level. And then with a 6th faction in there, it's just above level. And all of those, we've left them in the box for a long time, tried that out, and it's worked really well. So I'm really excited about this case. It's gonna, again, have a topper for it, and this is likely kind of going to be like 3D impressed on there, like some type of an emboss. That would be the design. It would snap on the top. But let's get into the rest of this case. So like the box, as you can see, is just as jam-packed as Undertow. To put that in perspective, here's Undertow, and if you've played this, you know that this box in itself is just jam-packed. Like you can't fit anything more in this thing. So that is kind of what we're going for. We have so much to fit in here. We've got four chip trays in the bottom. that will come with the base game, and then a foam that will kind of keep that place held for the Greege. The Greege is going to come with its own chip tray, and that will go in there as well. On this side, we have just one tuck box that will be coming with the game, the base game, but we'll be leaving a slot open for a second tuck box. So that is really all we have for foam inserts in the game. Everything else is game content. So it's pretty awesome. On this side, again, the same rigidity as the dice trays that I just showed you. This is just kind of, again, a kind of a positioning, a prototype so we can get an idea, but this is a double, a two-piece prototype that will be for all of our small earth shaping hex groups. And these are, there's 8 that come in the base game, 3 that come in the expansion, and we've given enough room for another 3 as well. And the idea would be that we could possibly even pull this out of the box, take the top off, and have this be a holder for these hex groups as you're playing the game. You wouldn't have to do it that way, but you know, they should be easily accessed. There's 2 grip holes here. And we're just trying to make sure that this is like fully protected, because these chips are heavy. And so if this thing doesn't flex, and if it can't take that, if this is shipped on end this way, we want this thing to fully take the brunt of the weight of the chips. Again, I'm just talking through this so that you know, like, all the aspects that go into like figuring out the design, how the box is put together. There's a lot to kind of keep in mind. So
yeah, and again, this prototype that we have right here is not representative of the final strength.
Correct.
It's
It will
just
be,
we're getting shapes down more than we're getting.
It'll be this, you know, it'll be the chip one that you can literally stand on and not, you know, it's meant to flex, but you know, that's a good thing. Yep. So also with this dice tray that slips in here, we needed to make room for 4 stackable chip staging trays, like chip racks. These would be for playing or having out, you know, on the table, staging all of your minions and heroes and spires, so that you have a quick and easy way to hand them over. This is something we unlocked kind of after the campaign was done. We wanted to give these to everyone, and so now there's 4 of those that will nest in there behind the chip or the dice trays. And there's your sneak peek. I mean, there's a lot more to this. There's these that fit in on the top here. So after all your mats are in, this is going to hold all of your pegs. And again, these pegs are all custom molded pegs. So those were something that kind of got unlocked at the near end too, the custom molded ones. But these are going to go right here, and then if we have another expansion, that'll drop in there. The reason we're cutting these out is, again, we're trying to think of the future of what we could roll out, which will likely be some more unit expansions, and so those will slide in to those 2 gaps right there. And I mean, this box is heavy, and there's no chips in here yet, so just prepare yourself. I hope you enjoyed a little look at it, though.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks.
Yeah.
And again, here's the final comparison in size between Undertow and Cloudspire. Quite the difference.
Yep.
All right, that's it for the box. Thanks for the sneak peek.